my name is Mila, and today I'm going to be doing something that I'm really excited about, and that is telling you guys my expectations / predictions for Queen of Shadows. It's the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. If you guys are new to my channel, there's one thing that you guys should know about me, and that is that the Throne of Glass series is my absolute favorite. It's not finished yet, but it's really good. What's out so far is just blowing my mind, and I only expect things to get better and better and better because I keep hearing amazing things about the book, and it's killing me. Queen of Shadows comes out on September 1st, which is so close, but yet not close enough. I need Queen of Shadows in my hands. I need the story or else I'm going to explode. Quick announcement, I am going to be attending one of the Queen of Shadows signings on September 2nd, the day after Queen of Shadows releases, and I am literally freaking out, you guys, just at the thought of meeting Sarah J. Maas. My heart is just like pounding. I think I'm gonna have like a massive fangirl moment when I meet her. Hopefully I won't embarrass myself and make her feel completely awkward. If you guys are gonna be there on September 2nd, you guys should come over and say hi and fangirl with me so I don't look crazy alone. Literally, when I saw that Sarah J. Maas was coming to my city, I screamed. I first found out through Instagram, and it was during lunch at school, and I completely screamed and started fangirling in front of my friends, and they were just like, Mila, are you okay? What's happening? And then there's me.
Oh my gosh, Sarah J. Maas is coming. Oh my gosh, my time has come.
Yeah, a massive fangirl moment. It wasn't pretty. Obviously, Queen of Shadows is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series, so if you guys have not yet read any of these books, I'm going to be getting into the spoilers. So if you have not yet read these books, then I suggest you leave, or else you'll be seriously spoiled. Okay, you guys, this is the 4th book. A couple days ago, I was on Instagram and I saw Sarah J. Maas posted a picture of her view of the 5th book. There was a document open with 2 words on it: the end. She finished the 5th book, which means that she's writing the last book. She is concluding the series.
Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. I am not ready for this.
I believe that Bloomsbury released the first 3 chapters of Queen of Shadows, but I hate being spoiled. Why? Because it's a teaser. I want to start reading Queen of Shadows right as it comes out. If I read the first 3 chapters, I'm gonna want the next 1,000 chapters because I won't be able to stop reading, and if I only have 3 chapters, I'm not gonna be a happy fangirl. So I haven't yet read those, so I can't base my theories based on that because I'm unwilling to read those chapters. But I have watched a lot of interviews with Sarah J. Maas, including Jesse's Q&A with her, Lucy from the book Bella, her interview with Sarah J. Maas. And just by watching those, it makes me so excited and so nervous for Queen of Shadows just by the things that she said. The first thing I want to discuss is something that's been on my mind ever since I watched Lucy's interview with Sarah. And that is that in Queen of Shadows, Celaena's already decided who she's gonna end up with. Guys, the end game is decided. I am not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. I can't even. Either I'm going to cry tears of joy, or I'm going to cry because my ship is ruined. If you guys do not know, I ship Chaol and Celaena. So if Chaolina doesn't happen, if Chaolina doesn't work out, you might not hear from me for a while, because I'll probably be sobbing like I did at the end of Clockwork Princess. Like, I don't know if we're gonna find out who she's gonna be with in this book. All I know is that Celaena knows. Hopefully we'll find out, or maybe I don't want to know if we find out, but I do. I need to find out, or else I'll just be thinking about it for a whole nother year. First of my major predictions is that someone's going to die. I have this gut feeling that something big needs to happen in this book. Sarah didn't explicitly say that someone's going to die in this book, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think it's going to be Chaol or Dorian. It's much too early for them to die. Sarah just keeps making me nervous because in every interview, people are asking, is Chaol going to die? Is Dorian going to die? Are they both going to stay safe? And all Sarah says is, I promise Fleetfoot isn't gonna die. And for that, I applaud her, but Chaol, Dorian, no. At this point, I'm not certain who it's going to be. I just have this gut feeling that this is going to happen. And I think it's going to tie in with my next expectation. Someone from the novellas is going to be in this book. I can think of 2 people who are going to be in the books in the later series, and that is Ansel, who was like the girl who encountered the witches in her past and they kind of messed her up. So I see how she kind of needs to be involved in this plotline, in Manon's plotline. Maybe her and Celaena will meet up again and they'll go and take over the witches, but then they'll meet Manon and something will happen and then they'll team up. I have no idea. But then there's Arobynn, you know, the Assassin's Keep guy, the one we all want to murder. Oh, Arobynn. I'm almost certain that he's gonna show up, and in the synopsis of this book it talks about taking revenge, and I'm hoping that that not only means on the king and on the Fae who stood against her, but also on Arobynn because he treated her like crap when she was in the Assassin's Keep. And another plotline that kind of ties in Arobynn's part of this storyline is Sam. We really don't know what happened to Sam. We know that he died and that someone set them up, but we don't know who. I think that part of this book is going to be dedicated to Celaena trying to find out who murdered Sam. Maybe it'll be Arobynn. I'm almost certain it's Arobynn, but maybe that would be too obvious of a thing and it would be someone else. I mean, who else would it be? Who else could it be? I can't think of anyone else who's against Sam and Celaena. I think when Celaena/Aelin first gets back, there needs to be an encounter with Chaol. I'm feeling that she's just gonna be wandering the streets like, what's up you guys? And that she's going to go to the palace and she's gonna feel like something isn't right and she's gonna encounter the king, and beside him is going to be Dorian, of course, with like the chain choker thing around his neck. Oh my gosh, poor Dorian, just because I ship Kaelina doesn't mean that I want something bad to happen to Dorian. No, we need to save him, which is another thing that needs to happen in this book. But there are two ways that I think this is gonna go. Either one, Celaena walks into the palace and she sees the king and Dorian. She tries to save Dorian, but she fails, and the king understands like she's against him. There's no way that she's going to be his champion anymore. I think he's gonna start realizing who she is and, oh my gosh, what have I let into my palace kind of thing, which means that things are just gonna get more complicated and more destructive and more dangerous, especially since the king has Dorian and Aedion. So Celaena needs to break Aedion out first. I don't know when she's gonna find out about Dorian, probably pretty early on, and then maybe after she frees Aedion and finds Chaol and talks to the rebels or whatever, the former plan worked to free Dorian from the chains that his father has enslaved him in. And speaking of Chaol, Celaena wasn't the happiest with him when he shipped her off to Wendelin. Things are gonna be a little bit awkward, a little bit rigid between them in the first few chapters of this book. I'm hoping that they can be friends again, that they can learn to love each other again, and the whole conspiracy theory about Celaena being able to hurt Chaol and that he's not truly her mate is not true, so that they can finally be happy together. Also, when Aelin left Wendelin, she left Rowan there. I just picture him still in hawk form, just sitting on a rock, just waiting, staring off into space, waiting for Aelin to return. Have you knocked down the clock tower yet? So I can finally leave this nightmarish place. That's also something that I think is gonna happen in this book. They need to at least get one of the towers down. I mean, it's been 3 books already. We know that the towers are there so that the king can keep the magic out of his land. But we need to knock one of those down. We need to make some progress here, which makes me certain that the king is going to find out who Celaena really is and how she's been conspiring against him, and he's going to take some serious action, which means everyone's in danger, including my ship. And going back to Rowan, I think that we are going to get a couple more of Rowan's point of views just to kind of see how the Fae are acting back in Wendelin after Celaena had left, because she obviously changed quite a few things there. Maeve's not too happy about that. Oh my gosh, what if Maeve starts talking to the king, because they both don't like Celaena, so what if she contacts the king, tells him who Celaena really is? What if they try to work together? No! The king, the witches, and Maeve? No, this cannot happen. This cannot happen. We're going to see more of Rowan's point of view. I'm hoping that Rowan will stay alive through this book because I really liked Rowan, how he kind of helped Celaena move through the depression that she was kind of in after Nehemia died. But we need to see what's going on in Wendelin, and that'll relate to the Fae and how things are going in Terrasen. I also think that we're going to see more flashbacks from Celaena's past, kind of just explaining more about how her parents were and how the Fae culture was and how things kind of worked in Terrasen, so we know what to expect when she finally comes back and takes over the land, which I think she's going to make progress towards because it's called Queen of Shadows, which leads me to believe that she's going to take her spot as the rightful heir of Terrasen and make sure that everything is well in her land and build towards a greater and better future. I think that the flashbacks are going to be an important aspect to the story because it kind of will fill the gaps in the past few books, the uncertainty that was caused by not knowing the character's past. And I think some of these flashbacks are going to be from Elena's perspective, because we're still not too certain about the role that Elena played. We know that she fought in this war and then people were trying to cover it up, but other than that we don't know that much about her. I think we're going to go more in depth respect about her past. You know, going back to Ansel and the witches kind of thing, Manon is obviously going to play a huge role in this book. And Manon is kind of establishing her own true self and starting to develop feelings. Abraxas is melting that frozen heart of hers. Sarah has confirmed that Manon and Celaena will meet in this book, which I'm really excited for because they are both the most badass characters, but it's also for the same reason that I'm really freaking nervous, because there's no way that they could both meet up and leave the place unscarred. But somehow, eventually, I don't know if it's going to be in this book or in the 5th book, Manon and Celaena need to get on the same side. Since they're meeting in this book, I'm pretty sure that they'll make some progress and they're going to take down the king, because maybe Manon will see that the king truly didn't just want to give them Wyvern. He wanted them to do so much more than learn to fly their Wyvern again. No, he wants all his enemies and threats destroyed. And if you think about it, the witches are a threat to him, so probably when he's done using them, he's gonna kill them. Maybe he'll set them all against each other. The last thing I want to discuss is that in Jesse's Q&A with Sarah, Jesse asked her to describe Queen of Shadows in 3 words. And Sarah said, bloody, action-packed, and steamy. Now the first 2 of these will basically be tied in towards like the advancement of the plot and bringing down the towers and taking revenge. One that I truly want to address is steamy. Let me just point out the obvious. It's gonna take 2 to make things steamy. And I'm hoping that this will tie into my OTP, into my ship, because I honestly don't think that Dorian has any role in the steaminess of this book. Why? Because he's locked out, which means that maybe Celaena and Chaol will get on good terms with each other again, and maybe, just maybe, they'll be endgame. I'm really hoping that that's what's gonna happen. So thank you guys so much for watching. These are my expectations / predictions for Queen of Shadows, and obviously I don't know for certain what's gonna happen. This is just basically me rambling out my ideas, getting them out of my head, getting me even more pumped for Queen of Shadows. I hope that you guys are excited as I am for Queen of Shadows. Let me know your theories on Queen of Shadows in the comments below, because I'd love to know. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! I almost said work to capture. Don't capture Dorian, he's already captured. All I wanted to do was take a thumbnail.